friends, and welcome back to Lemon Tree Corner. This week in the studio we are finishing everything for the craft fair. We are going to be making some more sachets to sell and also working on some more Haralson bags. We'll see what I get up to. We did just buy a new mattress and my back is not feeling great, so I'm going to give myself some grace and take it easy, and whatever we get through, we get through. We managed to put price tags on everything last week and get a good chunk of these done, so we'll just take it easy and see what we get through. I also wanted to try and do a little booth setup in the driveway this week and see how that goes. Just not sure how I want to arrange things. Going to the meeting tomorrow night and finding out exactly where my booth is going to be located, so I'll know if I have like a corner booth or like people on both sides. So I think that's really going to determine how we try our booth setup. But I've got the hanging closet louvered doors that I'm going to hang purses on. And then we've got lots of stuff that's going to have to go on the table. So I think I am going to need both tables. So it's just a question of like, what can I comfortably fit in the 10 by 10 space, plus room for my sister and I to sit. So I don't know if we'll be sitting behind a table or if there's like a better way to arrange it. So we'll play around with that. We got a big thing of hardware, so I got all the hardware for the rest of the Haralson bags and the webbing, so we'll do some more of those. And then we finished our hat. So this is the Alpine hat pattern by Fiber Spider. I will link the pattern below. I did like a little picot border, which is fun. So have that to match the scarf that I made. We're going to cut the scarf down a little bit. I'm going to unravel some of it because it's just a little too long. So we've got a rainy day here in Southern California again. So we are going to make some stew tonight. It's going to be a Guinness Beef Stew. So I'll take you along with that as well. So just a little bit of everything this week. So if you're interested in crafting or just want to come and spend time with a friend, go ahead and subscribe, curl up, grab a water or cozy beverage, and let's get this week started. Well, we got all of our hardware in, and I was just about to do everything when I realized we never ordered the rivets. So I am down to 3 rivets for the silver ones, and those aren't going to come in time. I do have the other colors, so we're going to have to set aside anything with a silver zipper, and we won't be able to work on those this time around. So I'm going to have to pick out antique brass or rainbow zippers for the other ones in order for us to continue. So let's do that. Okay. I'm kind of running out of flat surfaces to put these things on. We have cut out a bunch more sachets, so I just have to wait until I get the lavender for that. We've got some more colors of our webbing to use. I was thinking the hot pink would be good for this one. That looks really good. Okay. We do have an antique brass zipper for this, so this one we can work on. Oh, and this one too. We've got antique brass for that one as well. And then antique for this one. Oh, looks like I already did some work there. And this one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 that we can make. Yeah, this whole place looks like a bomb went off. So we're gonna have to kind of separate some things out here. Put away whatever I don't need right now, which is going to be, oh, I think we'll just go ahead and do the sachets first, just to knock them out. And we have our lavender, so that's good. So I think I'm just going to take away all the silver because we can't do anything with that yet. It all depends on how big the other table is, so we'll have to wait and hear back. As long as we can get the other table to fit in the back with the other one as an L, I think that'll work out. We might just have to play it by ear on the day. Okay, we are getting started on our beef stew featuring Guinness, so it's going to add a nice richness and body to the stew. So we're going to add some veggies later on, but right now we're just starting with the bacon and the stew meat. So I've got leftover bacon. This turned out to be like super salty, so I'm probably not going to use all of it. I'm just going to use a little bit of it. We're going to fry that up in the pan first to get our pan nice and oiled, and then take that out and then sear the beef in there.
Stand tall. So why didn't you call? So many years has gone by, but I think about you all the time. Looks like you're changing and all, but why didn't you call? Something in the air, always something in the air. at all? Do you think about the things we used to do? No, you couldn't stand tall. So why didn't you call? So many years has gone by, but I think about you all the time. Looks like you're changing and all, but why didn't you call? Something in the air, always something in the air. Inexplicable, I can feel it in the air. Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Something in the air, always something in the air.
What I've been meaning to do is wash my scarves and hats and get those all processed because they smell like sheep, which makes sense because it's wool. So I'm going to use the packet of wash that I got in my advent calendar. So we're going to use that and get these all washed up and then lay them out to dry. I'm not going to actually block them. I don't think I need to. So we're just going to get them washed and then lay them out to dry. Still haven't perfected this whole thing, so if anybody has any tips, I still find myself wringing all the water out of this to try and get the water out. Now I feel like maybe I should block it because it's looking a little wonky. It looks way bigger down here at the end than it does at the middle. Yeah, not sure. Plus I'm probably gonna have to leave it bunched up like this, which isn't really gonna let it dry very well. Okay, so I was not prepared for how much these stretched out. I guess it relaxes when you wash them. I'm still not sure what I'm doing with wool. This seems a lot longer now than it did before. Okay, so we are gonna roll these up, try and squeeze out all the water. Okay, so I'm gonna put the fan on these guys. I'm gonna kind of put them in a somewhat of a shape. And then because it's 2 layers thick, I'm gonna have to flip them. It's probably gonna take days for these to dry, but at least we're getting something started here. So I'll just kind of pull it so that it's somewhat even all the way down. To share 2 projects with you. Now that we're done making all the bags for the show, I'm going to get back into my crocheting. So we have the sweater project that I just got back into, if I can manage not to tear any stitches out. So it's actually looking like a sweater, which is very cool. So we have our armholes here. We're going to go back in. It's going to be a long sleeve sweater. So we're going to put our armholes back in, but we've got, can't see my lap there. Can you see that shape there? It's kind of hard to see. But we've got our 2 sides here. So we're continuing on with our puff stitches. which don't look great in this yarn. It's a very variegated yarn, so it's like thick in some places and thin in others. So that's what we're looking like there. I've got a lot of repeats. I think I have 10 repeats of the series. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 10 done for this one. So we're going to continue on with this one. But this isn't a very travel-y one. This is getting quite big and bulky now, so I can pretty much only do this one at home. I'm also trying to think about the upcoming trip. So we have gone back into our batwing shawl, the Segue shawl that I had set aside for a while. It's quite challenging because it is a lot of counting. So we've got these little wedges, which I call the bat wings, that we're doing here, and we've transitioned into the second color. We are now transitioned into the third color, and it's coming along very fast. I think there's 5 colors total, so it's coming along really fast to the point where I don't know if I'm gonna still have this to work on when we get to our trip. So, I have lost my marker. So I have a little cutoff post-it that I've been using to mark where we're at in the pattern, and I just kind of move it depending on what step we're on, because this is a lot of repeating also. The nice thing is, once you get used to the pattern, I mean, you still have to count every single time just to make sure it's not messing up, but it's pretty easy to do. We basically have these 3 double crochets, and then we go down to 3 half double crochets, which kind of gives us this cool decrease pattern here. So it's wider on one side of the wedge and narrows down on the other side of the wedge. So that's really cool. So I don't know how much of this I'm going to have left by the time we go on vacation, because I'm really enjoying working on it right now. So there are basically 4 sets of these to the wedge. So I'm on the last one. Ah, this post-it has lost its stick. I'm going to have to get a new post-it. So we are on this one right now, row 8. Where we are going to do 22 sets of double crochets and 9 sets of half double crochets, and continue on. I'm just sitting here Sunday night watching my YouTubers, and I'm gonna keep going here. Okay friends, that's it for another week. So we are officially prepared for the craft fair. We have made all of our products, and I have a few more of the Haralson bags to make, but I'm not going to worry about that for this show. I'm going to take next week a little easier and just kind of organize some stuff for the booth and get ready to pack everything into the car and just kind of consolidate everything as small as possible so that we're not taking tons of stuff. So let's take a look at the bags we made this week. So even though I didn't show you that much, we did get a lot done. So we got the 3 bags with the bronze hardware completed. And I can't remember if we did the rainbow this week or not. I've lost track of everything. So here are the rainbow ones. So ones with the rainbow hardware. I believe we made these the week before, but I can't remember anymore. So I think we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Haralson bags, maybe 10 for the show. So that's great. And I've got 4 more or 3 more left to make. So we will worry about those later. And other than that, just kind of preparing for the show. and getting back into my other crochet projects, so I'll share those with you. I'll give you an update next week on those. And what else? Enjoying my bread and thinking about it's about time to join water aerobics again. So we need to get back in the pool now that it's getting warmer and do that. And yeah, I think that's about it. So I will meet you back here next week where we will be taking a look at what happened at the fair. So please send good vibes. By the time you're watching this, the fair is over. But if you want to, please send me some good manifestation vibes. I always get nervous before a craft fair. I never know what's gonna happen. Is it gonna be a good show? Are people gonna buy things? So this is a very well-trafficked show. Lots of people come to this show. So I'm hoping that the new products we've made do well, and I'll give you an update on all of that next week. So thank you for joining me this week, and I wish you a wonderful week ahead. Love you, friends. Bye.